Hi there, traders. This is Brad Gilbert with today's trading action. All right, just coming out of the North American session, leading into the Asian Friday. Dollar slips ahead of Trump inauguration. Wouldn't say it's tripped, or slipped. It's more of a case of the US CPI numbers not being those huge, strong numbers that everyone wanted. The dollar pulled back a bit. But now what we've got is a situation, and this is a bit of a state of flux because those CPI numbers are going to lead into Trump's inauguration. And this is all about the Trump trade, right? Trying to work out what exactly is going on here with the tariffs. And that's what we've got. If anything, the BOJ, well, the chance of an interest rate hike here, once again, being factored into the market. So dollar yen is the one that's moving. When the beast moves, the trend can run very quickly. So don't underestimate it. But then also at the same time, as we lead into Friday trading, you're probably going to see some squaring up here. So I can't see that down move continuing too far. Price action on the euro, sterling, like Aussie, Kiwi. The good thing is the price action's the same. So you get confidence there that these are moving together, but the moves aren't consistent, right? You're seeing that little sort of knee jerk to the downside, wants to go, market doesn't know, it just drifts back. So at the moment, it's hard to work out. Like dollar yen is going down. What are the other pairs doing? Not a lot, right? We saw the little fake move there on dollar CAD overnight. Oil rallying considerably, as I was saying yesterday, put downward pressure on dollar CAD, but then it's back up, right? I can't see the dollar trend changing at this point until we hear more from Trump. All right, so that's not probably good news for most people because you're looking for that, quick fix trade. At the moment, there may be some opportunities today, right? We've got a whole bunch of Chinese numbers coming out. Now, there's a sort of time frame for this. Sometimes they don't stick to the times, and just take the data with a grain of salt. Industrial output would be a big one. GDP numbers, retail sales, industrial production. There's a whole big range of numbers here important for Aussie, Kiwi, and CAD, right? The commodity currencies. Probably more so the Aussie and Kiwi, where China is their biggest export market. Now, a bit more sense to the markets. You'll come into the UK retail sales, right? This is an important number, year-on-year numbers, right? It goes a long way to sort of determining what's happening with inflation, right? If retail sales are higher, it's going to lead into some sort of level of inflation. So the year-on-year number, 4.2, and a pretty big range, right? The month-on-month number is zero point 0.4, minus 1.1 to 0.9. And that's a pretty big range for a month-on-month data, right? The UK numbers, the way they calculate things and the way they factor in historical numbers and past performance, it can be a little bit misleading what's going on, but just focus on the poll and where it sits in regards to that, the range of the data. That's the most important aspect that most traders forget. This range determines the move, right? This is the number we're looking for, but don't forget the ranges, right? If the data is outside those ranges or inside, it tells us a lot about what's going to happen with the move, right? Or if it is going to move at all. Then as we come into the European session, you got some inflation numbers there, but the final numbers usually pretty close to the mark. And to end the week, we've got US industrial production, some housing numbers. Will that be enough to move things? I don't think so, because the market is now starting to focus on Trump, right? We need some more information. I think the US CPI numbers and the shakedown and the markets around that, right, around this price action here has really flustered the market somewhat, and everyone's sitting on their hands waiting for more information, right? To me, sterling is probably your best option. Check out those retail sales numbers, fine tune your charts, have a look at the sterling crosses. There might be something in it. To me, there's not much at the moment. If anything, everything's stalled except the beast, right? Dollar yen. Get your yen charts up, get your yen crosses up, start to piece together what is going on dollar yen. Look for technical levels. This thing is a great technical trading instrument when it's in play. And I can tell you, it's in play at the moment. All right, guys, that's pretty much it from me. The global markets, as I said, not really doing too much for us. If anything, US yields are slightly lower, but we're not seeing that in the markets. Mixed reaction across the majors. If anything, US equity futures down. That usually goes with a higher interest rate yield. So it's a little bit of a strange one at the moment, a strange end of the week. All right, guys, that's about as much as I can tell you at this point. Just manage your capital if you are trading. We don't have awesome conditions, so that usually means trade a lower risk capital amount. All right, guys, have a good one. All the best. Cheerio.